it is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and I am up on the Crafty Maven today with a Scraplift It. And up in the left-hand corner, you'll see the page that I am scraplifting, and that is done by the fabulous Janet Fritz. She is Galaxy Girl on YouTube, if you'd like to check her out. Galaxy Girl Creations, actually. And so I think I've watched all of her videos, and I have actually got to meet her in person at a scrapbooking retreat. So that was super fun. So when I was watching this particular video, I noticed that she said this is kind of like her go-to design. So immediately I was like, well, that's when I want to scrap lift then. And I am really trying to use up some of my scraps. So looking at this layout, you can see that you don't need really any full pieces of pattern paper, which is perfect because in my scrap bin there are no full pieces of pattern paper left. So they're all scraps like these. So I took a white piece of cardstock from Joann's and I didn't gesso it at all. And I sprayed the Heidi Swap Color Shine in Salmon to kind of go with that pinky paper that I have right there. And then I decided to bring in the other colors of the yellow and the black. So I used the Color Shine in Butter and then also in black. And I decided not to spray them so that they wouldn't kind of get muddy, but just sprinkle them. And I kind of knew where the pattern paper was going to go, so I kind of knew where to do my splattering. And then I took my scrap pieces of paper and kind of layered them kind of off-centered, like Janet had done in her layout. And then with her cut off of the pieces that she did, that's how she creates this little piece up in the top for her title to sit on. So I'm going to do the same. So something super fun that I did with this layout was I had actually watched this video before, and I watched it again and I thought, you know, how fun would it be to have the video on while I am scrapbooking? And so then it's almost like we're scrapbooking together the same style layout. So that's exactly what I did, is I put this video on my computer that is right next to me, and I just kind of went with how she was going. Now, just like me, she speeds up her video, and nobody shows the drying time or the gluing time or anything. So when she got to that portion of the video, I just put it on pause. And when I was caught up to kind of where she was in the video, that's when I pushed play. If there was something that I felt like I missed or something, I just rewound it a little bit. It worked out great. So for this layout, I am using my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit, which is not really a kit. If you're interested, I have that video on my personal channel. So basically, I'm just trying to use up my stash of scraps and my stash of random ephemera. So I have gone through my random ephemera and have pulled a couple pieces in the color scheme that I was kind of going with. Now, these pictures are from Halloween, and my son decided that he wanted to wear one of these ridiculous skin suits, and he wanted it in pink, bubblegum pink. Nevertheless, I don't know why He really wanted it, I think, in lime green, but it wasn't going to be here in time. So this is what he decided on. So I felt like pink was definitely a perfect color to use for this layout. So this is before we have gone trick-or-treating. We usually all get together and I make some sort of chili or something, and then we take all the kids down the street and go trick-or-treating. So my nephew was Where's Waldo, and they were just playing a game. So I wanted to bring in that bag with the red and white stripes to go with his shirt. And then I am going to add a frame. And a paper clip. And then that little tag that is super old that I think said better together or something, and it was in orange and yellow and blue, and that's just not a color combination that I use very much anymore. So there's kind of a funny story with the outfit that I'm not going to share, but I do want to put it down in some hidden journaling. So that's why I am adding that black and white. I guess it's a journaling spot behind the picture of them. Now, the smaller picture is really dark, but it's the only picture I have that's of the whole group of kids. And so there, I think were 1, 2, 3, 4. There were at least 7 kids. So my daughter's little best friend was a watermelon. And so in all of my random ephemera, I found 4 watermelons, and all 4 watermelons are going to make it on this page. So you can't necessarily tell completely that they're watermelons, but they're there and you kind of get the point. My daughter was a butterfly, so I wanted to bring in that wood veneer butterfly. And then Janet's layout, she did her title up in that little left-hand corner cluster, so that's where I wanted to put mine as well. So since I had brought in some wood veneer to the bottom, I'm going to bring that wood veneer up to the top, and it says today was and then there's like a blank area, and then it says day. So you can put in whatever you want there. And I had this little chipboard piece that said hilarious. And so that is exactly what the title is going to be. Today was a hilarious day. So since I have brought in wood veneer in 2 places now, I do feel like I need to bring it in a 3rd place as well, which I will dig into my vast jar of wood veneer here shortly. So the page is a little flat. It does have a little dimension with the wood veneer. It also has a piece of flair that says, I must ask you a question. And I had this little camera from the Shine On collection from Chamel that I had fussy cut, but it wasn't a complete camera, so that's why I stuck it under that little flare there. The one watermelon is chipboard, the other 2 are just paper ephemera pieces. And the little flowers I did have to prop up with a little bit of foam just because I put the picture on foam, so they were kind of fallen down a little bit. So I will do that. And you can't really tell that the piece behind was a watermelon, but it kind of ties it in with the little watermelons on the bottom. So I'm okay with that. So here I am gluing on my little butterfly and you saw me picking at that, that's because I dropped it on the ground and I got dog hair on it and I needed to get the dog hair off. I contemplated bringing in this little polka dot tag and another piece of ephemera that says Be Bright, but I couldn't find it. So I busted out my big jar of wood veneer and found this arrow, and I'm just going to point it at my son. So now I have the wood veneer in 3 different places, and it just felt to me like there was a little extra white space, which I'm not very good at. So I'm just going to do a doodly border on the white part, and that's going to do it. So that is my scrap lift. So head on over to the Crafty Maven Getaway Facebook page and check out all of the inspiration. We do videos almost every day on this channel, so definitely tune in tomorrow and really every day for some inspiration. And here are those close-up shots along with a full shot. So remember to wear your crown, and we'll see you next time. Bye!